As a first aid rescuer, you may never know when you'll be called into duty. Now, there are some people who are required to perform first aid. They can include first responders, lifeguards, and flight attendants. When they are clocked in, they have an obligation to perform first aid. If this is not a requirement of your job, you can make the choice if you want to provide first aid or not. Now, keep in mind that when helping a person, you may be privy to sensitive information. That information should be kept private, and if need be, that information should be shared with emergency responders when they arrive on the scene and take control of the situation. Your role as a first aid rescuer is to see that as an emergency exists and to keep the scene safe for you and the ill or injured person. Call 911. Then you have to provide aid until someone who is more advanced in their training gets to the scene and takes it over. It is very important to know that once you dial 911, you invite a network of emergency responders, or as we know, EMS, Emergency Medical Services. This is the most effective way to make sure that the injured or ill person receives aid and ultimately increases the possibility of saving their life. Again, keep in mind that if first aid is not a part of your job description, you can make the choice of whether or not to provide first aid. When you encounter an ill or injured person, and that person responds when you speak to them, be sure to introduce yourself as a first aid provider. Do not touch the person until you identify yourself. Ask the person if you can help. The person can accept or decline. That is their right. Now, if they agree, help them. If they refuse, call 911 and stay with the person until help arrives. If the person is confused or can't answer, you have to make the assumption that the person needs help. Every state has what is known as Good Samaritan laws, and these laws differ from state to state, so be sure to check the laws in your area. These laws are designed to protect anyone who provides first aid. As a first aid responder, it always helps if you always have a first aid kit. Now, the first aid kit has to have everything that you'll need for common emergencies. Every kit is different, so when you purchase one, please check it. Examine the one that you have at your workplace. It may not have all the items that you need. And in the event that you do not have everything you need in that first aid kit, make sure you find a way to restock it. You want to be prepared to have it ready to go during any emergency. Your first aid kit should be in a watertight container. Hopefully it's sturdy and it's labeled. Always know the location of your first aid kit. Again, replace what you use so that the kit is fully stocked in case of an emergency. As the saying goes, you don't have to get ready if you stay ready.
CPR Ready, where class is always in session.